Hello Aries, welcome to a reading with me, Cindy. So Aries, what we're going to start with today is my, I haven't used it in a long time. Well, I shouldn't say that because I used it yesterday. But prior to that, I hadn't used it in a while. It's the very first Oracle deck I ever got, which is my Archangel deck. We're going to use, I'm going to get a card to see a card will come out for Aries as a general message or perhaps the general energy of this reading. And then we're going to go, look at you at the bottom of your own deck here. We're going to go into the Tarot of Dreams. I'm going to do my pyramid spread, 4, 3, 2, 1 cards in the spread to pull out a story, information for you. There is going to be an extended at the end of this as well. If this reading resonates for you, there is a link at the top of the description of this video if you're drawn to it. So Aries, let's get started, my fireball baby friends. Let's get a message from the Archangel deck for Aries. A message from the Archangels for Aries. Well, aren't you special? You got two. What do you have here? You have clairsentience, Archangel Raguel. Gosh, did I say that? Raguel? Raguel. I don't know. Notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Breathe, Archangel Raphael. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Oh, that's really interesting. I'm only saying that because, if you don't know, I like to watch Wrestling Around is his YouTube channel, and Russell he does sound healing. His voice will blow you away. Like, he does things with his voice. It sounds like he's using a singing bowl or an instrument. It's amazing. But he had us doing these breathing exercises that he used to teach to like famous musicians and whatnot and singers. And it felt really good actually doing it. So I don't know. You might find something in that. It's even too just taking the time to breathe and use your diaphragm as well. This could be opening you up. Very interesting. Clairsentience. So really pay attention to how you're physically and emotionally feeling. It's also being used as a guidance platform for you at this time. Oh, and then you have nurture at the bottom. Archangel Gabriel. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. I think that's kind of like you get out and play a little bit too. I kind of feel that with that. Get out and play a little bit. Take some deep breaths. Be really aware of your emotional and physical feelings right now. These are ways of spirit communicating to you, of your inner child communicating to you. This deck is being sassy. Okay, let's get started for Aries. For the tarot, we are going to do the pyramid spread, a message for Aries, fireball babies, a message for them. Right now, there's a lot of planets in the sign of Aries. So it might be feeling very, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm in Aries, but I feel pretty calm lately. I don't know why. But it feels like the rest of the world is getting a little angsty. Well, you have the Death card. I'm going to stop there. I'm being told to stop. You have the Seven of Swords. You have the Three of Cups. You have the Three of Swords. You have the Two of Swords. Holy crap. You have the Wheel. You have the Eight of Cups. You have the Ten of Cups. You have the Palace of Swords. And then you have the Five of Cups. What the heck is going on here, my friends? The King of Cups, the Nine of Cups is at the bottom. It kind of looks like he's having a good time. Like it looks like Party Buddy. Woohoo! We'll get there in a minute. I don't see that here. I don't know what's going on here. Boy, it's really like kind of, I would call it relinquishing sword energy. But it's doing it in a really unusual way. Here, I'll show you each card. Shall I share? You have the Death card. So the imagery in these cards is really cool. You have the Seven of Swords. Three of Cups, the Masquerade. The Three of Swords. The Two of Swords. The wheel. I remember what this wheel card used to tell me way back when. That's interesting. And it sits right in the middle of the reading too. That's very prominent. The Eight of Cups. The Ten of Cups. The Palace of Swords. So the palaces in this deck represents going beyond the kings and queens. It's kind of an untouchable space is how I like to describe it. And then the Five of Cups. I want to say, like, the first part of this reading, the energy feels confusing. Like, it just feels sort of confusing. Like, you have a death here. You have the death card. So, some sort of ending to create a rebirth. But then the Seven of Swords. Like, what the heck? This combination here, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Swords. It's like a rebirth. It never got off the ground very well. That's what that feels like. It's a rebirth that did not get off the ground well. To rebirth into the Seven of Swords with the Three of Cups. Like looking back on the Three of Cups. This is reminds me of like Mardi Gras, party, celebration. But the Three of Cups typically in some sort of form of a celebration. And a lot of times it's like a reconciliation energy. So reconciling relationships, friendships, family, community, and then the Three of Swords. Oh, it's almost like something that just got like almost ripped out from under you. That's what it feels like. Something that was about to be rebirthed and got ripped out from under you. And then the Two of Swords, you're kind of left like really not knowing. Well, where do we go now? What do we do now? Well, that's a really interesting question. Aries. So you have the wheel here in the middle, which is like the Wheel of Fortune. You know, karmic cycles moving left and right and up and down and all around. If you look with the wheel. But this one is very fascinating. It does have, well, yes, and it is the energy of Jupiter, which is very expansive in growth. It feels like there is a potential for some big growth here with Jupiter. I mean, it is the energy of the wheel in all tarot, but just because it's here, it's jumping out even stronger at me. But these cogs here, these gears are being held tight by these two dolphins. And dolphins to me represent karmic healing. Like it's almost as if some sort of karmic energy is stopping a wheel from turning. And that would make sense because this whole reading feels like almost like something being torn out from under you. It's like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. That's what this feels like because there's a death, there's an ending in something. And the rebirth is feeling like you got to get away from it, you got to go. But then there's this hope. It's like a bit of hope. No. No. And that leaves you feeling like, I don't know what to do anymore. But I feel like the universe has stopped the wheel here. What the hell? I got to really clarify the wheel card. Because then look, so then it's almost as if it's like pushing you off. Eight of Cups. Just distance yourself emotionally from everything. I'm trying to see what you've got over here again. To release old patterns. There's got, like I'm thinking, like when I'm reading cards like this, it's almost like the universe has stepped in and stopped something from happening. Or stopped something from moving forward. So I'm trying to get little clues here before I come right out and clarify why. So we see the breathe card. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So maybe there's some sort of energetic pattern that's still left over from something from the past, and the universe isn't letting you go forward while it's still there. Notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Is this something you feel compelled to almost run away from? Is this something you feel compelled to go towards? Can you reconcile these even? Because, okay, the Eight of Cups is telling you it will lead you to the Ten of Cups. It's going to lead you there. This comes in next after the Eight of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment, and it goes about, it's beyond just yourself. Because the Nine of Cups is just your own personal emotional fulfillment, if we just really simplify it. So the Ten of Cups is kind of combining two Nine of Cups, where you have the energy of two people, two individuals that come together that are really, they got their own happiness going on. Bringing that together. And then it takes on like a very strong intellectual connection. This is almost, I would call it, well, yeah, I would bring it right into here. Clear sentience. Almost like a psychic connection. It kind of feels like only being allowed a psychic connection with perhaps someone or something. Because in here we have the Five of Cups. So I feel like there's like an emotional disappointment, but there's something to be gained here. Isn't that interesting, right? Because the Five of Cups is Mars and Pisces, and then the Ten of Cups, sorry, the Ten of Cups is Mars and Pisces, and then the Five of Cups is Mars and Scorpio. So there's your energy showing up in two different placements here. And it's kind of showing you how your energy can be used to, this is really a beautiful description of what happens when Mars comes into Pisces, is because Pisces can be that very dreamy, ethereal energy, but Mars grabs it by the cojones and says, make it real. You know, that kind of bossy little Mars energy. And that's what the Ten of Cups is about. Make it real, make it tangible, make it something that can exist here on Earth. But then we have the five of Cups, which is Mars in Scorpio, which is an area that Mars also feels comfortable in now, because it is, Aries shares Mars with Scorpio, but there's disappointment. So there could be some level of having to look back at some sort of disappointment here. Maybe there's something that you should not reconcile, because it feels like the universe is pulling it away from you. Don't reconcile that. I mean, well, you do whatever you want. I know, because I'm a little bossy. But that's what the universe is kind of saying here. Like, don't reconcile it. It just leads to heartache. It leads to confusion. The wheels of time have been stopped here. Walk away emotionally. Realize, sort of too, on an intuitive, a psychic ability, the difference between how you use your energy and how it can be utilized. And it seems like it's real important about how you feel physically and emotionally. Does something make you feel like really excited and happy inside? Or does something make you feel anxious? Seven of Swords. Like, I feel like I need to get away from that energy. See, now you have the, yeah, and you've got the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups at the bottom. See, this is the energy that I'm talking about that makes the Ten of Cups. It's almost like there's an energy waiting, whether this is yours or someone else's, to produce it. But you have to walk away from something. I got to clarify this wheel card. You know what? The Three of Cups too. Because this Three of Cups, whatever it is, it almost feels like you're not supposed to engage in this. I mean, it's surrounded by the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. The Three of Cups, the Three of Cups. Well, there you have, oh, look, see? Oh, it's the King of Cups and the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is showing you a way that does not benefit you to use your energy. I'm telling you that Three of Cups, whatever it is, something that should not be reconciled. Okay, so the wheel. The wheel, Aries, the wheel. Man, it's like you got every suit here. Everything's been put on hold. You have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Wow, you have two new beginnings, bookending expectations, something traveling towards you, perhaps you traveling, something coming in that you've already put the work in for. And the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of possibilities here. Kind of feels, I mean, I would call it confusion. An element of confusion, because you don't know really what's coming in yet. With the Three of Wands, like something could be coming in. And the Seven of Cups, it's like, well, there's a lot of possibilities here. There's a lot of different things this could be. And to have a tangible physical new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles, and clarity of mind and knowing with the Ace of Swords. I see how that's coming in. That's like the first thing that has to come. Maybe things are not in the right order. Because this Palace of Swords, you're not going to hit that unless you've got some serious clarity of mind. Real clarity of mind here. I don't really feel like that this is... Okay, it doesn't feel like these two cards are something that you're like rushing into right now. It really feels like, to me, recognizing how or where you put your energy and what you're going to get out of that. What the return is going to be for how and where you put your energy. What's the Death card about? The Death card? The Death card. It's got the Page of Swords. So, okay, so it isn't ending in terms of trying to watch and understand what moves towards you or what doesn't, or what you feel comfortable moving towards or not. It's the end of watching. It feels like the end of watching and waiting. The Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Walking away from reconciling something that just leads to heartache and like inability to make a decision. So the universe has stopped the wheel of time for you. The Palace of Swords. The Palace of Swords. Seven of Wands and the Star. This is a place, like this is a place of protection, which would make sense. The palaces are that. It's a place of protection and healing. I really feel like you're kind of being given sort of like a pause in time here. To heal or reconcile something within. Let's put these two together. Let's see what, I want to put these two together because they are so polar opposite, yet it's your planetary energy that can be used for either one. What is it that you really want? And look at 2 5s can make it to, ooh, 2 5s can make it 10. That's really interesting too. 2 disappointments, a positive outcome. The 10 of Cups and the 5 of Cups here. Temperance, the 9 of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. It really feels like something almost going on behind the scenes with Temperance and everything that's come out so far. The 9 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Or the, yeah. So what's throwing me off is this entire reading has felt like your energy. It's like energy of the self. That's what this whole reading feels like. It's such an Aries reading where it's really like just talking about you. Talking about you. But then this doesn't feel like you for some reason. Something's different here. So it's throwing me off. Like now this other energy, another energy, I guess is coming in, which would make sense because you need 2 energies to make the 10 of Cups. Let me see this 5 of Cups, specifically the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. Collaborating. It's interesting, the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups, like not reconciling something. Disappointment. Disappointment in where you share your energy, who you share it with. But like, it's almost weird. It's almost like the King and Queen of Pentacles are separated by energy, but they're like counterparts. What's going on? What's going on with you guys? What is this Three of Swords? What is this Three of Swords? What is this Three of Swords? Dang, like there's someone else here now. I thought it's going to be like really easy. You know, it's this spiritual growth thing. You have the King of Wands, there you are, the Four of Wands, and the King of Swords. There's a lot of like big court cards coming out here. We have the King of Cups twice, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So you have all the kings here. And one Queen of Pentacles. It looks like there's, gosh. You know, it's almost like getting two messages from the universe like this. This is almost like something meant to be reconciled, but yet it's something meant to be taken away. Why are there two dolphins here, right? What is going on? I feel like there's something going on in the physical that can't, yeah, no. Well, there's something that's not being manifested in the physical. And it's like, almost like the universe has control over it in some really weird, obscure way. There's been a separation of energies. I can see that. There's definitely a separation of energies. And it feels like, well, on the surface, maybe that's what it looks like on the surface, this energy is not meant to be reconciled. It is not meant to be reconciled. But then when you go deeper into it, these energies are a perfect match. The Seven of Swords. I feel like I have to clarify every single card in this layout for you. It's the Hermit. The Seven of Swords is the Hermit. So something like... The Seven of Swords, I don't want to say it's like sneaking away from something or getting away from something. But, I mean, just with the way the world has been lately, the Seven of Swords is a little bit showing up in readings as a card, you know, like the energy has been taken away. If you don't understand why or how. It just is. And with the Hermit, it certainly is. It's taken away. Maybe there's a tiny possibility of some sort of reconciliation here, but it's gone. Like it's just pulled away again. The Two of Swords. This Two of Swords. Oh my God. It's the Two of Swords and the Ten of Cups. It's like you have no idea how you're going to get there. I really think you have no idea how you're going to get there. I don't even know if you have control over this, to be honest with you, because of the World card and where it's sitting. Okay, the universe is telling you this Eight of Cups. This Eight of Cups will lead to the Ten of Cups. Walk away from everything emotionally here. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. You have the Eight of Pentacles is the first thing that came out. So now you have two eights. These two cards fell out. You have the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. And it landed where I had the Ten of Cups sitting on the table. I don't know. This is telling me going from like having nothing to having a full-on celebration and victory. I gotta say, I've been having readings like that for a while now. Going from like nothing to full-on everything. You're not there yet. I'll tell you that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I kind of see as like advice for you here is to pull away from things emotionally and really get into your work. Go into your work. Like where you have passion for life, because this is sort of like what you're gifted at doing now, what you love to do. And then, no, what do you have at the bottom? Oh my God, yeah, look at that. It's like, this is impossible. I feel like it's impossible. You have the Ten of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Tower. There's that reconciliation. It's like a heavy burden. Like it just keeps exploding. It keeps self-destructing. I really feel like it's something that's not even in your control, my dear Aries. I know that's going to drive you all crazy, being Aries. All I can tell you is that it shows me that there are two energies that have been separated by time and space. It feels completely out of your control. Like, for me to recap this reading, it feels completely out of your control. There is a sense of heartbreak, or at least loss and disappointment associated with this. You're left like, I see no way forward. And the way forward is this Ten of Cups that we are also being shown, that which is emotional fulfillment between two people. And it is separated. There's almost, in this separation, there is a period of time for you to go into a really deep mental state. I do want to say that meditation and being really mindful, using mindful practices, breathing practices would be very beneficial for you at this time. And it may actually create some sort of intuitive or psychic connection, perhaps with the energy that you've been separated from. Because, yeah. And then the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is what wants to be reconciled, but it can't. And that's where the two energies show up as being like counterpart energy. There you go. So I'm going to go and do the extended. I'm going to pull out possible future outcomes and further guidance for you. So if this resonates with you, maybe I'll see you there. Until then, do be gentle with yourself, Aries. Bye.